Hardcore is a particularly abrasive offshoot of punk music that originated in the late 1970s following the mainstream success of punk rock. In more recent times, local hardcore scenes have spawned in communities all across the world. What fascinates me the most is that hardcore music can be created in what seems to be the most unlikely of places, a suburban teenager's bedroom. So far from the expensive coaching and travelling and pampering of pop starlets in the world of mainstream music. And it is probably for this reason that it has captured the hearts of so many young people with its raw, passionate sound. In this documentary, I plan to delve a little deeper into the local hardcore music scene of Durham and find out what hardcore really means to the people involved. To start my brief adventure in the hardcore community, I visited an avid fan of hardcore music, Thomas Pickles, at his home in Sedgefield. This is what he had to say about the music he holds so dearly.
I can remember reading about a band called Black Flag in the magazine, and I heard they were pretty different at the time and they weren't really conforming to what other bands are conforming to. I thought that they'd probably appeal to me. So I checked them out and then got hold of a few CDs, and from there it kind of grew into, I guess, a love for hardcore. I don't know if you'd class them as hardcore, but there's a band called Veils that I'm into at the moment. I like what they're doing, like a melodic hardcore band with a female vocalist, which is, I like because it's different. It's kind of what hardcore's all about. They're not really conforming to what everyone else is doing, and she does actually have awesome vocals. They're also a small British band, which I think is pretty cool, because it's nice to support someone you can be a part of. It's not really, I'm not really that into it, if I'm honest, but I kind of do appreciate it quite a lot. I think it's cool what they're doing for like hardcore music in the local area. I like how there's like a big community of a lot of bands that all play like shows together, and they do get a decent turnout every gig. And it shows that people do actually care around here, which is pretty cool. At the risk of sounding pretty cliche, I guess it's an escape for me. I think if you've had a day, you've done a lot of things that stress you out, you can go home, put a hardcore record on, or go to a hardcore gig and just completely forget what's going on. For like a period of time, you can just be yourself. You don't really get judged what you're doing when you're at a hardcore gig. Everyone there is kind of feeling the same thing. I guess that's pretty cool.
Hardcore music clearly has a big impact on the lives of its fans, and they obviously have some strong opinions on their respective local scenes. I decided to visit Michael and Chris from the Darlington-based hardcore band Narrow Minded Youth in order to garner some of their opinions on the hardcore scene as a whole.
Well, it's been pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, especially since the UK scene's got massive in the past year or so, and being able to even play across Europe now, which is something we never expected to do, is it really? I mean,
yeah, it's pretty nuts how like there's all these 14-year-old kids, you know, coming on our shows and like singing all the words back to us. It's just like, wow.
You just never expected it. You never expect to see something like that. It's even better when, as Chris said, just when they know the words and you just sort of hand them the mic and the show's theirs, it's not yours anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like songs we jammed in our bedroom, just like seeing that being portrayed back to us like that, it's nuts.
No, play as many shows as possible.
Just make sure you enjoy it. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I mean, if you know it bums you out, it's not the right thing for you, is it?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it's all about fun, isn't it? Nothing else really matters.
Write songs that you want to write, and just because a lot of people now are playing 90s hardcore doesn't mean you have to. I know.
Exactly.
Maybe try something experimental. I mean,
play what you want to hear. Like what like what's nice for you to listen to. Play stuff like that. Don't like adhere to what's like.
There's a lot of cool bands coming out from Leeds at the moment who are getting sort of emo influences in their hardcore, which is, I know it's mostly post-hardcore stuff, but it's cool to see that some people are trying something new, and I'd like to see some more from our area. So it's probably my advice to you.
Yeah, play what you want to hear. At the end of the day, it's not just about the music. It's kind of like a sense of community, you know, like everyone comes together and go to shows and all that, and it's just like, well, it's better than spending your Friday nights drinking beers with your friends. And yeah, I know, like life's about more than that. So
yeah, when you see people you didn't know hugging each other, and then leaving the show and be like, oh man, I'll see you at the next one. I'll see you at the next one. That's what hardcore means to me.
I mean, like people at shows like punch the shit out of each other and like kind of, but like at the same time at the end of the show they'll shake hands, like and that's what's different about that, like than anything else.
I mean, if someone gets knocked down,
people pick them up. Yeah, exactly. It's not so everyone's friends, and it's awesome.
It appears that there are similar views on the hardcore scene from fans and bands alike. Bands within the hardcore community seem to have just as much involvement as fans do in terms of shows and general hardcore culture. I visited Ben Taylor, an employee of a local music venue, to hear what he has to say about the local hardcore scene.
The Forum's a cool music venue that put on a variety of bands. We also provide good practice rooms and a great recording studio where local bands can record their tracks. We also have a nice bar. It's a great place to hang out and just a good atmosphere all around, really. Yeah, we put on a hardcore show recently at the Forum just a few weeks ago. It was a great turnout, everyone just seemed to love it, the crowd was really responsive, so that was good, and the bands seemed to have a good time, so yeah, good times. I'd definitely put another hardcore show on at the Forum. It was a great turnout and fans seem to love it. We have quite a strong hardcore scene around here, so I reckon it'd be a good turnout again, and who knows, maybe more in the future. Hardcore to me means freedom. You can say what you want to say, do what you want to do, and you're just not caged in any way. And everyone just embraces it. That's what I love about hardcore.
Throughout the making of this documentary, I have gained an insight into hardcore culture, and I have learned that hardcore can have a very different meaning to different people within the community.
I guess it's an escape for me.
Hardcore to me means freedom.
And it's kind of like a sense of community, you know, like.
It's a family.
So, what does hardcore mean to you?